No, I'm mad that you just heard a couple sentences. Was like, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. But go on before I start going.
It was like one of those things where, like, let's just say, let's just say, like, let's just put it in sports. Let's just say you've been a solid bench player to start your career, but you've chatted with other organizations in the league, and general managers and head coaches have told you could start in this league. Like, we got to move you because you can start in this league and you can get buckets in this league. And so you kind of know that, but you're still trying to be a team player on the team that you on, because you're still trying to play in the league. Because in this current economy, you don't want to. If you're a basketball player, you want to play in the league in this economy.
Anybody trying to get waived, Jaden Ivey.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. And then one day, let's just say, coach calls a team meeting. Coach calls a team meeting, and in the team meeting, mind you, you've been helping other players out with their stuff and like working with them after games and whatnot, and just putting in the work. And a lot of times you kind of get a little overlooked because you're not one of the starters. So coach calls a team meeting because he's about to go coach an all-star game. We're about to have to coach ourselves for a few practices.
Okay.
And when he was going in there to go over like the plan, you kind of didn't have any updates for your plan because you didn't have time to really get into the updates because you were helping other people with their game.
Mm-hmm.
So he hit you afterwards. It was like, yo, in this meeting, you kind of seemed like you weren't really like locked in, and like you got to be locked in because you don't want to project that you're, a bad teammate. So I just heard that, and it brought me back to another head coach of mine, same team, but a previous head coach that tried to get me waived, and I had PTSD, and so I immediately just get to defending myself. Whoa, Playboy. I've been putting in these hours, and I don't even get no minutes. I ain't asked for nothing. Like, basically on that type of tone. The very end was like, but if y'all want me to go get buckets somewhere else, trade me. Just trade me.
Not the trade request. Not the indirect trade request.
Have a good dialogue. Basically, I think coach just used the wrong word.
Okay.
I think he meant express, not project. Express, now I just got to explain why. Project, like, whoa, hold on.
Okay, that happens.
Had a good understanding, cleared it up. It's my man. He was like, listen, I wouldn't. He was like, nah, he was like, yo, I see you be putting in the work. Like, I want to help you become a starter in this league. So don't think I'd ever set you up like that, my boy. I got you. I was like, all right. Well, I would say, well, my bad if I was projecting a little frustration. That's my bad, coach. I'm locked in. I'm a team player.
I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
Sometimes managers don't know what to say.
Yeah, I would say from my original response to my second message, I will say I made a conscious effort. I'm gonna tone it down. The first message, that's the jab. That's the jab. Now that's the uppercut hook.
You know what I'm saying?
Next couple ones, just jab, then you put the gloves down. You know what I'm saying? You gotta after the next jab, you just put the gloves down. See, like, hey, what the temperature is. And then when you put the gloves down, I realized my man really wasn't even trying to fight.
That's crazy. Earlier this year, I was in a similar situation, and I just jabbed. I ain't have time to come up for air. I thought I told you about this.
I feel like you did.
Yeah, I feel like you and I've talked about it before. It's okay. You don't have to rehash it if you don't want to.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I went into the team facility today. You could tell that head coach had some chats with some people on the team.
Good. about how they're using you to get ahead, or they need to put in their own work?
No, more so that he's got a lot on his plate. So if we can let him work on his game too. Like
Yeah.
if you can take some stuff and let him work on his game, let him work on his game. Which I don't want to be treated different. I don't want to be treated like I'm complaining because that's what I was telling him. Like I take on extra stuff because I want to be a starter. I want to show that I can. You know what I mean?
Speaking of
But
which, I moved into my new office today. What a great feeling! It's massive.
what? Why did you move offices?
Well, I took a new job in the same department, different team, so I had to move offices from the team I was with to my new team. And the office I took used to belong to an older employee who retired, so she had a big office because she was the longest tenured there. So I just lucked up and got her office. That shit massive,
Must be nice.
massive. Like I could do yoga in there, and I will do yoga in there this summer.
Yeah, let me ask you something.
Yes.
Is there a world where you could, let's just say there's a world where I was interested in maybe like working for like the VCU Brand Center
Yeah.
or being like a professor of marketing, something like that. What do you think steps would require? Like what steps would you think that might require? You think I'd have to go back to school?
To be a professor, I doubt it. Especially like an adjunct professor, like at a local community college. Probably not. Brand Center, you probably will, or they usually go for people who have like decades of experience. Um,
I mean, this wouldn't be anytime soon. I'm talking
yeah,
about maybe in like 10 years, 10 or so years.
yeah, maybe 10, 12 years. Brand Center for sure. I think you can probably be an adjunct professor now.
What is a what professor?
An adjunct professor, I believe they.
An adjunct professor.
Yes, I just make sure I'm giving you the right terminology. It is a part-time professor, and they're hired for specific courses, and it's just a part-time professor who teaches something specialized. So you'll see a lot of adjunct professors at like community colleges,
Okay.
and even like some traditional four-year colleges will have adjunct professors. But think of it as part-time, teaching something very specific.
Maybe I could maybe see myself doing that. That's the type of professor that like Pete Carroll was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Now, most of them require a master's degree, but not all of them.
Interesting. Yeah, because I'm like, man, I like this field, but feels like at some point I'm gonna want to not deal with so much of the politics and kind of just want to help teach the next generation.
Because like you'll probably be teaching one or two classes and stuff. Like a professor might teach four classes, four different. They might teach Econ 101 and then also Econ 630. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's common though, right? I feel like it's common.
Like adjunct professors
Like people, like yeah.
compared to tenured. Yeah, absolutely. I would say there are more adjunct professors than tenured professors.
I would probably want to start as an adjunct professor just to see if I want to teach.
Yeah, like probably just teach one class. That's what I've thought about. I haven't thought about it, but that'd be kind of cool. Now, if you want to teach like K through 12,
No, let me start by saying, listen, I'm gonna look in the camera when I say this. To the teachers out here, salute to y'all.
big time. I spent a lot of time in public schools. Yeah, man. We
Yeah.
can get started with this. I was at a school a month ago. It's a school that's middle and high school, but they look like middle schoolers. And man ran with his boys around the corner talking about something. He cracked some girl and he tore that joint up. And I was like, dog, you ain't hit puberty. You ain't cracked nothing, man.
You ain't busting no shit down.
You ain't doing shit, dog. Go to class. You halfway stupid as it is. Go to class.
Yeah. Yeah. If I was you, I would have told him. I would have said some shit like, "Boy, there's grown men out here who went through puberty and still ain't cracking shit down the way they think they are. I can tell you, you are not."
So here's the thing, right? When it comes to stuff like that, you gotta be real careful what you say to them. You gotta be real careful when it comes to stuff like that. That's why I was just like, man, go to class.
Oh yeah, because then you can get in trouble for
Yeah,
it.
you can get on the news saying some shit like that.
Yeah, and even though it'd be like dead ass truth, some parents are gonna say, "Why are you even saying shit like that?"
Yeah, why are you talking about that with my kid? Yeah, man, stay away. I stay away from that. Like the
Why is your kid out here fucking? Why you letting
yeah,
your kid
why
out?
your kid out here telling me he cracking something? He in
Yo,
8th grade.
we don't as men. We don't. Well, I don't know. I don't think we like. It's so funny the naivety that we have when it comes
Oh
to that.
yeah,
Because like when you young and you first starting to really crack some shit, my nigga, especially if you like on your jackrabbit stuff, my nigga, you think you was like busting some shit down for real.
but
Then
you
you
not.
start then to the brothers out here who have homegirls and stuff like that, or like partners who are vocal, you quickly find out you ain't doing nothing, boy. You ain't doing
Back
nothing
to the
past.
drawing board, Playboy.
Yeah, you ain't doing nothing after them first couple minutes. You ain't doing nothing, Playboy. You ain't doing nothing.
That's a loud ass conversation.
I mean, listen.
Hi, Kyle.
I just feel like we all got to go through our jackrabbit days.
Oh yeah, the
Gotta go
Jackrabbit
through.
days. Yeah,
Got to. That was.
you got to.
I mean, I think the older you get, I don't think you necessarily just lose the jackrabbit, but I just feel like the older you get, you kind of learn. You kind of. I think the jackrabbit just kind of it's like a. Just kind of declines down. It's like,
You know when to deploy the Jackrabbit when you're older.
yeah.
Like once you have some extra, when you understand pace, you know when to bring in the Jackrabbit.
Got to. Listen, too many of y'all want to be Russell Westbrook. We got to be more SGA.
Yeah, perfect.
Got to be SGA.
Coming out you coming out like Westbrook. You right, yeah, man. You need to come out like SGA.
You got to come out like you got to have some smoothness to your game because if you come out just well, you done in 5 minutes. Now you got someone who's kind of upset. And don't be honest, you're not a real eater.
That's great, ladies and gentlemen.
You have just upset a young lady for the evening, and you will not get a call back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 219 of the Speak On It podcast. You already know when you see this Nas fade, it can only be one brother, the good brother, Losty Mix. Of course, joined here every Tuesday evening by the smoothest bald head on the East Coast, Mr. Danny Ocean. How we doing, bro?
I'm great. I got a bit of confession as someone. You've known me for a very long time. I don't think you've known. Like I used to hate, and I talked about this last week. I think I used to hate sparkling water, and now I'm kind of a bit of an addict. I have fallen into the sparkling water phase of my life, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
What flavors, pause?
So this is blackberry lemonade. So this is what happened. My wife and I went to Sam's Club. I've been drinking like the Spindrifts, but the Spindrifts are expensive, so whatever. This brand is Waterloo, and there was a variety pack of 24 cans for $9.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait, hold the phone. You're drinking this right now.
I am. I'm drinking it right now.
So I'm over here thinking you're boozing up with a little brew.
No, this is
sparkling water.
Yes.
Let's let you know where my mind is because I was definitely considering getting a glass of wine, but I don't want to keep you waiting.
I mean, listen, at my age, I try not to drink during the week because it gets harder and harder to wake up. But yeah, I miss having a nice glass of wine. Yeah, I try not to. My wife and I try not to drink during the week. It's kind of a reward for ourselves on the weekend. Get a nice bottle of wine.
But all right, but does like a casual glass of wine in the evening count though?
Can you just have one glass of wine though?
Like if it's
that's
like
the thing though, right? Like one glass.
Well, if it's like 8 or 9 in the evening, you're just kind of like shooting the shit, chilling on the couch, watching basketball, and you're going to bed afterwards. Like,
I hear you. And no,
or like you're gonna, or if you're only getting one glass, and then you're gonna, finish up your nighttime routine and go to bed. I don't really see what the issue is.
Oh, there is no issue. I just know for us, and wine isn't free. So the more.
Oh, well, see, I'm thinking I am a member of a winery, and I do get like 4 bottles of wine.
Ah, okay. See, yeah.
Which so by the way, because obviously, I mean, I live by myself with my dog, and Hendrix doesn't drink any wine. So I think what I started doing is towards the end of last year, I just had all these bottles of wine. So I took like 4 and gave it to my homies. I'm always like the house I always go to for like a Sunday fun day with the bros, and we kind of like we're just kind of shooting the shit. Usually, it started with we wanted somewhere to watch the games, and then from there, when football season ended, I mean, this Sunday we were playing Monopoly.
Community.
Yeah, something like that. So I started just bringing bottles of wine over there, so at least I could share my wine and we could drink like good wine. Yes, Kyle, good winery. Listen, where I stay at in Oregon, it is wine country.
It
so,
is. Can confirm, as someone who has been out there, can confirm.
Yeah, it's wine country, so it's
ever
it's
had a bad
winery.
glass of wine when I was out there.
Yeah. What was I talking about?
You were talking about community bringing bottles of wine, all the wines that you.
Oh yeah. So I started taking some to that house, and then I also started taking them. I'll start taking them to like the spot that I DJ at, even though they're closed for renovations right now. But they on one side they have no. Yeah. So I just started like taking the bar that I DJ at a lot. I started taking them a few bought like one bottle of, I took like 1 or 2 bottles of wine, and it was like, y'all just sell this. Kind of like someone ordered some wine, just give me that time, just which I don't know if that's legal or not, but I mean, no, I paid for them.
Yeah, you paid for them. They're gifts.
They are gifts.
They're gifts.
Yeah, they are gifts. So yeah, Kyle. This one has a membership. They charge my card $128 4 times a year.
And it comes with 4 bottles of wine a month.
And anytime they're open, you can go there and get 1 complimentary free glass of wine. And if you bring someone, they also get a free glass of wine. And so because this wine,
they only give you like a tasting, you get a whole glass.
Yeah, or you can do like a flight, but it's like, you know, those little small wine flights. I don't do those. I just go and get it.
I mean, that's worth the money, man. Because those 4 bottles of wine per month probably equate to $128.
And then if you account, say, because the winery is only like 10 minutes from my house, so like basically when it's open, because it's open Wednesday through Sunday. So
interesting. I like that.
Yeah. So basically on from Wednesday through Sunday, like anytime like I'm bored or I want to drink, just go up there and get a free glass of wine.
Yeah, like, it's worth it.
Like no BS, they close around 7. I think the last like 10 to 15 times I've been there, which is basically the last couple weeks, I'll usually get there. And mind you, they close at 7. I usually get there like 6:45, and I go there so often. They always know where I'm going to sit, and as soon as they see me, start either park my car or start walking, like getting ready to open the door, whoever's at the bar pulls out a glass, and by the time I like sit at the bar to sit down, they're asking, "Do you want the sparkling rosé or the white Pinot?" Because they already know I come in and get the same thing. I don't bother nobody. Just come in, get a glass, and then I leave. So basically, as I'm like, because it helps that I'm by myself. It's not a group. So by the time I finish my glass, they're already cleaning up glasses and stuff like that. So it's just like it's 1 glass, whatever. They just never mind that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you become a regular at an establishment, but an unproblematic regular that the staff there always is happy to see, and they will always take care of you.
It's a beautiful thing.
I think the older you get, and then we can get into some of the NFL. Newsflash, y'all. Sports happen, but we're going to talk a lot about the NCAA tournament. NFL's a little quiet. The owners meeting, they're getting boozed up over there. It's NBA playoff season, so let's lay the land right here. So we're kind of shooting the shit. Talking about wineries.
Talking about wineries. It's funny because I'm actually, my wife and I, there's a local restaurant that has a great wine club that we've talked about joining for years, and we just haven't done it.
Should, man. It should. I mean, I was always going so it was just after I went a few times and I like paid, I was like, all right, well, y'all are really close. What's a membership look like? Mind you, I asked this question after I was maybe a glass or 2 in. And then they told me about it, and I was like, and I was literally like, 128, I don't know. And then they're like, yeah, that means anytime you come in here, you get one free glass of wine. And I literally was like, wait a minute, what? I'm like, yeah, you get one complimentary free glass of wine. And I said, every single time. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, then if I wanted to, then I would pay for the second one. And they were like, yeah, but you could also just come and get a glass and then just leave.
So my next question is, if you leave, like if you go get your glass, leave, is it one per day or one per visit?
I'm gonna say one per day. It's got to be one per day because when I
Yes.
go in, they're like, "What's the name on the reservation again?" And I just tell them my name. I mean,
Okay.
on the membership again. So they gotta know that. Yeah, I think you just kind of need some, and it's this winery has like a really good view of Mount Hood. So did you remember that story I had a few weeks ago with like it looked like a grass hill, and in the far back there's a mountain.
Yeah.
That's the winery I go to.
Okay. I think that might be the same one I went to. I remember it just had amazing views. There was like a mountain. There was
Probably
like a
wasn't.
swing. It was just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's
If I
kind of
find the picture, I'll
when
send you
you
a
have to
picture.
drive in, you have to go up a hill.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. You know
That
what?
is my winery actually. That's my
I'll
winery.
send you a picture that we took, and I'll let you, and you can tell me if that's the same view.
Yeah, I mean, if was there like a gate, and then when you went in, there was like a kind of curvy hill.
That I don't remember. It was like 4 or 5 years ago, but we did take a picture when we were there at the
What's the
wine.
name of it?
I forgot. I got to find the pic, but I'll send it to you later because I don't want to be sitting.
What else about gosh, there's something else about wine. What up, Bam? Bam's driving to VA right now. Safe driving. Bam.
Yeah, I get to see Bam this weekend. They're throwing a surprise birthday party for his grandmother, my aunt. So Bam is on his way to Virginia
But if the when's the party?
Saturday.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, he's gonna be up here for a while.
He gonna be in Virginia?
Yeah, he's gonna be in Virginia.
I gotta meet Bam one of these days. Gotta.
Oh,
I think
buddy.
I sent Bam a trade, which we can talk about in the fantasy football section later. Sent Bam a trade. He has a wide receiver. I have some draft capital that I could be okay with getting rid of. Trying to see
Is
if
this
Bam
RSO or Dynasty?
Dynasty. I have to get in there or so and pay my whatchamacallits.
I hope she's not watching either, Kyle. You know, they would kill me if that's how she found out. It has been like my mom, Bam's grandmother, has like 7 sisters, and they all go out together all the time, and no one spilled the beans yet. And if this is how she found out, they would kill me.
I'm going to be honest with you. What are your thoughts on surprise parties?
I'll tell you a story about my best man at my wedding. Threw him a surprise party. He is a concealed carry member. Buddy, that door opened and people said surprise, and he was about to clear the room until he realized it was a surprise party. So be careful. Know who your audience is.
And like Mike Wilbon said, my nigga, I'm glad you said that. Because when I tell people, yo, if you know me, then you know I fucking hate surprises. Like, if you are my real friend, I tell people all the time, like, once we get cool, if you try to surprise me and we're not cool enough, I'm gonna be mad, really mad, and I'm gonna have a stern talking to you so that we have an understanding. But people who know me, I don't like surprises. And I've been saying this for some time. The reason is, if you can plan something as joyous as a surprise party for me, I firmly believe you could plot to kill me. Don't throw me a surprise party.
That I've never thought of it like that. That is an interesting take.
Yeah, like I tell girlfriends, do not, like, if you love this relationship, the last thing you will ever do is throw me a surprise anything. Don't surprise me with nothing.
I never thought of it like that.
Nothing.
If you can throw me a surprise party, you can plot to kill me. That's crazy and so true.
Because if you think about it, you need the same information for both.
Yeah.
Patterns. You got to know locations, patterns, tendencies. You're trying to catch them like guard down. It's like nah. Because like now because why you knowing so much of my tendencies?
That's crazy. But yeah, my man, he had that steel on him, and he was about to, like Soldier, what?
Mm-hmm. Got to.
He was about to clear the room.
So now, granted, it's not a surprise if it's like on a gifting occasion. Like if you on my birthday, if you just like gift me with a gift, that's not surprising to me. That's gifting.
Yeah, you mean something that will actually
Like
change
I'm
the
talking
mood.
about like it's mostly like surprise parties. Don't do it.
Never had one. I don't think my wife would ever plan one for me. And I feel like I'd figure it out.
I would actually much rather if someone was attempting to throw a quote unquote surprise party, I would prefer if you came to me and said, I'm going to throw you a party. Everyone else is going to think it's a surprise party. You have to at least act surprised. To
That's
which I will then say, let's just don't do a party.
you don't even want to act surprised.
No, I don't. I don't. Yeah, what's funny is I've had a birthday party. I have had a birthday party. It was not a surprise party. It was like my 16th or 17th birthday, and I think I charged people like it was a joint birthday party, and charged people for like $4 to get in. I'm gonna be honest with you. Me and that girl split that. Me and the girl split the money. I mean, I think the party made like $1,200 or $1,300,
God damn.
and that thing was thick. A lot of people from high school said my birthday party was one of the better parties from the 4
Asking
years.
for clarification. The party was thick or she was thick?
What? The party was thick.
Okay.
The party was thick. I have not even. The thing is, I don't really talk to the girl who I split the party with. It was also two schools, so like I was pretty known at my school. She went to her school. Party was closer to her side of school, but I was maybe. I'm not gonna say I was more popular, but
You have more attendees.
it was a good time. It was a
There
good
you
time.
go.
We attendees were there for both of us. How about that?
Okay. I'm with
My
Kyle. I
dad.
don't think I've ever had a surprise party. I've had a birthday party when I was a kid. I haven't had a birthday party.
Yeah, I mean, it was in high school, so I was still a kid, but like as an adult, no,
No,
like
I mean like a child, not like in high school.
what's funny, I was supposed to have two birthday parties. The first birthday party, my parents wanted to throw for me, and they were planning things, invitations that went out, and then I got in trouble in school or something, and they took the whole party away. Canceled the whole
Good.
party.
Damn, dog.
Black parents, boy, they be quick on
What'd
that.
you do?
Like talking back or something like that. It was like it was like primary school, so it was like shit like that.
Oh yeah.
I was one of those kids. Like I was smart, so I finished my work first, then it's up, or near the first.
Bullshitting.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
And
that makes sense.
I was a jokester, so like same way. It's funny. I still joke with people the same way. As I got older, though, I just kind of learned I got to either keep some of these jokes to myself, or I got to start. That's why sometimes I'll be at work. Go ahead.
Dog. It'd be so hard at work, pause, because people be saying stuff and you be like, hey yo, you cannot say that with no context.
Yeah, or you hear like shit that people be doing like in their personal life, and it's like, yo, dog. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. If we didn't work together, my G, there's no way I'd fucking talk to you. What did you say you did this weekend? Nah,
Fair. That too.
yeah, it's like
sometimes like my old boss would say stuff all the time, and I'm like, yo, come on, dog.
hey, yo, and to y'all coworkers out here who are badly built, but then be trying to tell your business to your coworkers, kind of making it seem like you be getting cracked. I just want you to know there is somebody in that office who is actually busting some shit down that now is wondering who the fuck out here is
No.
taking you down.
This is insane. Because you're talking about someone in particular.
I'm talking about multiple people. I mean,
there's a pot for every lid.
Yeah, I need to know some of these pots. I mean, I need to know some of these lids because you niggas are sick.
Amen.
Yo, all right. Last question, then we're gonna talk about some sports. In the workplace, how do you respond when your coworker kind of comes out and says, all right, I'm gonna make this gender agnostic. Your coworker, they come out and they say, they kind of professionally say, yo, I ain't getting no ass.
So about this meeting agenda.
They kind of professionally come out and just kind of let you know, yo, I ain't nothing popping. And then the worst part is they be kind of also confirming I be trying too. Like,
so about this meeting agenda. That's all I got.
Listen, I'll be like, damn, really?
No. Do not ask any. See, that's how you end up in HR.
No.
Like,
brother, you ain't taking me to HR. I ain't start this conversation. Be like, damn, really?
But you asked a follow-up question.
Yeah, but all right, HR. I asked, damn, really? Then I said, that's crazy.
I'd be like, that's
HR, you know Ebonics? Because a lot of people hear that and they know what I'm really trying to say.
That's true. Excuse me, do you speak black?
Yeah. I'll be in Ebonics. Do you speak Ebonics? Ask any of your black friends what damn really that's crazy means.
They'll tell you. Hopefully you
They'll
know
tell
yourself. Woo, buddy.
Listen, if you're not getting no ass, don't let your coworkers know. Let's start off, speaking of ass, talking about the NFL. Not that the product is ass, but this is the time of the year where ass teams want to get less ass and non-ass teams want to stay non-ass. And things that an ass team would need is quarterback.
Yes.
Draft coming up, two quarterbacks. Basically what this means, well, there's top two quarterbacks everyone's talking about. Let's just say that. Basically what this means, if you're not basically in the top 15, maybe at max, you're not getting these two quarterbacks. They won't be there. We all know about Fernando Mendoza, Heisman winner, national champion, had one of the best seasons in college football history.
Future Ronald as a tax return team member.
Yeah, you need him. The number 2 QB in this draft, Ty Simpson. Dan Orlovsky came out not too long ago and said, I believe Ty Simpson is the best QB in this draft. And apparently Dan has talked to a few GMs, and there's been some talk amongst the GMs around the league saying, Ty Simpson, there's some buzz that he might be the best QB in this draft. Danny, as we start our sports talk off officially for the pod, give me your thoughts on Ty Simpson. His body of work at Alabama, playing in the SEC, he had to do a lot of the line. Alabama did not run the ball effectively, so they put a lot on Ty Simpson. Do you think Ty Simpson maybe has an argument for being the number 1 overall pick?
I do not, but I can understand how in a draft where quarterback is probably the weakest position, how you can talk yourself into Ty Simpson. Like, I feel like this is a part of the draft process now. What are we, under a month, because it starts on the 23rd. Like, this is when we start hearing like crazy shit. Like things like Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in this draft. Before this draft, have you heard anyone anywhere say anything about Ty Simpson? Because what do you get if Ty Simpson rises up draft boards? Really? Right? Fernando Mendoza's number 1. What's the draft order? Who after that needs a quarterback? I don't think many teams.
It goes right now. I have it up. Vegas, Jets, Cardinals, Titans, Giants, Browns, Commanders, Saints, Chiefs, Bengals, Dolphins, Cowboys, Rams because of the Falcons trade, Ravens, Buccaneers at 15, and I'll go down to 16 because 16 is the Jets from their trade with the Colts.
Yeah, so out of those teams, out of the top
16,
let's say the top 6 teams, how many of those teams need a quarterback? 2 and 3. The Jets and the Cardinals.
Raiders, Jets. Now, well, I would say this. I don't know if the Cardinals, this is going to sound crazy. I don't know if the Cardinals go into this draft saying we got to address the QB position first.
And I agree with that. Yes. I think they can talk themselves into a year Jacoby Brissett.
Well, here's the thing. I don't even know what it'd be talking themselves into. You look at Jacoby Brissett, he wasn't playing bad once they kind of was like, this is his team. Look at what they had. They weren't getting a lot from Marvin Harrison Jr. So you were looking at Michael Wilson, who became the de facto number 1 wide receiver, who performed really well. Jacoby Brissett didn't do that bad. And so I think especially in this draft class, new head coach. I think Mike LaFleur probably wants a vet in there, and they're probably looking at it like, hey, you know, he could be a
The
bridge
thing is,
QB into
Jacoby's
next year.
33.
Okay, Tom Brady played until he was 40. So let's just say we get 2 more decent years out of Jacoby Brissett. This year, see what we have. Address the team that way. Then in the next draft, assuming Jacoby Brissett, is likely on his last couple of years, you draft one of the better QBs, assuming you guys will have, a top 10 pick. So I think the Cardinals, I don't think they're in the market for a QB. Titans got Cam Ward, Giants got Jackson Dart. Browns, listen. Shedeur finished the season off really well, so I'm not laughing because of Shedeur. Shedeur definitely has an opportunity or a say in becoming the starting QB of the Browns. Did you hear that that Deshaun Watson actually Jimmy Haslam and Todd Monken are really considering having Deshaun Watson compete for that starting job.
I saw that. And as much as you paying him, if he healthy, hell yeah, you gotta get something out of him.
Brother, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, the more I think about it, it's like, yo, they gave him a fully guaranteed contract. I promise y'all, Jimmy, I feel like everybody's probably told Jimmy Haslam, yo, we gotta get him off the books. And he keeps saying,
off the books.
No, make it work.
I'm paying all this money, make it enough. Speaking of which, Kyle, can you tell us more about your QB prospect score? So Kyle's saying that Ty Simpson has a worse QB prospect score than Shedeur Sanders did last year by his measure. Yeah, I just think this Ty Simpson thing is smoke and mirrors. Like Fernando is the clear one. Like before all this Ty Simpson stuff started blowing up, where did you think he would have got drafted? What round?
Ty Simpson this year?
Yeah.
I probably would have said if he wasn't number 1 overall, I would probably see him maybe in the back half of the first round going to a team. Yeah, back half of the first round. So going to a team like the Rams, going to a team like the Rams, teams like the Falcons, teams like that.
Because I was thinking maybe second round. Like maybe a team takes a second round pick and then just go from there, but not this top 10 first round, gotta have him kind of prospect.
You trust Charles Davis? You like Charles Davis as a...
Yes, I like Charles and Jeremiah and Daniel Jeremiah.
Okay, so Charles Davis, his mock draft 3.0. He's got Mendoza at 1. Yep. Arvell Reese, linebacker out of Ohio State at 2.
Crazy how linebackers are now valuable again.
I know. Teams are run the ball. Okay, pick 3. That's where it gets interesting. He has Ty Simpson going to the Arizona Cardinals.
That's crazy.
He has David Bailey going to the Titans at 4. Jeremiah Love at 5 to the Giants. Carnell Tate to the Browns at 6. Sonny Styles to the Commanders at 7. Jordan Tyson to the Saints at 8. Reuben Bain to the Chiefs at 9. Caleb Downs to the Bengals at 10. Kenyon Sadiq to the Dolphins at 11.
Oof.
Mansour Delane at 12. Francis Mayuaga to the Rams at 13. Offensive
Is that the tackle from Utah?
From Miami. Spencer Fano, O-lineman from Utah to Ravens at 14. Akeem Mesidor, edge from Miami, Bay. And then 16, they have Jermod McCoy, Jr. corner from Tennessee. He was the one. I don't know if you were keeping up with prospects and pro days today. He was the Tennessee corner who didn't play this year because he was recovering from
Yeah.
and he ran a 4.3 at his pro day today. So
Didn't he have a massive vertical jump too?
yeah, I mean he was a projected first round pick, but he didn't play this year to rehab. Went through his pro day today, aced it. As John Rivers on X would say, go ahead and call the family. Go ahead and call the family. Yeah. It also has in this draft, in Charles Davis's draft, in mock draft, he has Mekhi Lemon at pick 19 going to the Panthers. He has Omar Cooper Jr. Going pick 21 to the Steelers. Let's see. A couple of D tackles, edge D tackles, a corner. Let's see anymore. And yeah, that's pretty much. They're saying this draft, this first round will be a lot of tackles, defensive linemen, DBs. Not a lot of skill position players. Not
a lot of wide receivers too.
A couple, like 5, 3, 4.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I guess so. 30. I feel like I've seen more, but maybe I'm tripping. And then when you start thinking about like right now on ESPN, in terms of QB prospects, they have 7. Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson, Carson Beck, Garrett Nussmeier, Taylon Green, Drew Allar, and Cole Payton from North Dakota State. This is exciting. Yeah. And then when you look at like there's 4, they got 14 really good running backs. So obviously behind Jeremiah Love, the number 2 draft prospect in this draft is Jadarian Price, who was the backup behind Jeremiah Love. Mike Washington, Nick Singleton, Robin Hemby from Indiana, Claiborne from Wake Forest, Katron Allen, the other running back from Penn State, Adam Randall from Clemson, Jonah Coleman, Le'Veon Moss from A&M, Jam Miller, Kalen Black, Seth McGowan, Emmett Johnson from Nebraska. And then, man, when it comes to wide receivers, there's a lot. There's some prospects. So, I don't know. I think Ty Simpson, he has an argument for being in that top 15, but if I were Ty Simpson, I'd be looking at a team like the Rams, the Falcons, some of these teams that maybe have a little bit more put together rosters and hope that, I don't have to go to, a team like the Raiders and try to have to go through hell before things get better. Speaking of going through hell before things get better, Jed York, owner of the Niners, said he would be okay with bringing back Brandon Ayuk. But a couple weeks ago, I don't know if you remember, after the season ended, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, they basically came out and said that Brandon Ayuk has played his last snap as a Niner. So, if you were a believer, a bed man, who do you believe here? Do you believe the owner saying, hey, we need as many good football players as we can to be competitive in this division with these teams? Or are you like, yeah, no, this guy's just blowing smoke and in hopes to increase the value of this guy to trade?
Who cut the checks?
Jed York.
That's who I'm listening to. If Jed York walk into Lynch and Shanahan's office and says, hey, dog, he coming back, what they gonna say?
Yeah. Well, like, what if so in that situation, what do you say then back to Shanahan and Lynch when they say the dude hasn't even shown up in months?
And then Jed York says, who do you have? What receiver do you have on that you're capable of getting who is better than him?
Okay. I got a response. We voided $27 million from him last year. Would you want to come play for a team that voided 27? I'm asking. I'm Jed York. I'm the GM.
Go back to Jed.
Yeah, and now you got we voided $27 million from him last year. Do you think he's gonna? Do you think he's gonna one forget that, or two gonna come play for us without getting that 27 mil back?
I would say to him and to Brandon's agent, how long is he under contract for?
Let's look. Brandon Ayuk contract. Brandon Ayuk. Oh my God, boy, they got. He got them, I should say. Brandon Ayuk signed a 4-year, $120 million contract with the San Francisco 49ers, including a $23 million sign-in bonus and $76 million guaranteed, an average salary of $30 million. In 2026, he will earn a base salary of $1,215,000, a sign-in bonus of $24.9 million, and a workout bonus of $100,000, while carrying a cap hit of $14,640,000, and a dead cap value of $34.5 million.
So I would say to John and Shanahan, he done lost $27 million. You think he wants to lose another 30?
Yeah, I mean,
because after this, he's a free agent, right? Because he signed that deal a while ago, right?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Yeesh. He's the first rounder, too. Tough. It's tough. What do you think about the Niners had an independent research scientist? They had an independent scientist research the claim that their facility, being next to an electric plant, causes injury. The claim has been debunked.
I would say that's exactly what I expect the 49ers to say. Who is this independent person that you hired to research this claim? And where's their evidence? Where's the proof? Just because you said it doesn't mean it's not. It doesn't mean make it true. Because the theory is that I think they're beside some sort of electrical plant, and that is what's causing all these catastrophic soft tissue injuries. 49ers said they hired an independent scientist to study that claim, and that the scientist said that that is not true. But I need more than that, man. I need to know, who would you talk to? Can we see their research? What is this? How did you come about these results? I need more than a team just saying, we investigated ourselves and we're clear.
General Manager John Lynch shared Sunday that an independent scientist deemed the 49ers safe from electromagnetic waves after conducting tests from the practice field to the weight room and even the cafeteria. He basically said it was a big nothing burger. We're safe. We're in a safe place of work. And if Lynch said at the NFL annual meeting at the Biltmore Resort in Phoenix or whatever. The levels are, I think I read, 400 times less than an unsafe zone. It's a normal place of work, a normal gym. We're safe, we're healthy, and we feel really good about that.
Again, just because you say it, I need to read it for myself.
Now, some players encouraged the 49ers to investigate, but Lynch noted it was not broached by anyone who joined the team in the past few weeks since free agency opened, including wide receiver Mike Evans. The 49ers did not share the identity of the independent scientist. Mm-hmm. That study was important to us, not just to turn a blind eye, but to look into it because it's our players' wellness and our coaches and staff. It's encouraging that it came out in a good place. His findings were clear. Facility is safe. Exposure level is similar to what you experience at a typical workplace or commercial gym. In practical terms, more direct exposure would come from using a hairdryer in the morning or waiting in front of a microwave oven for your popcorn to finish. What are you going to? Yes. Listen, I'm one to believe stupid shit on the internet. I don't believe the 49ers practicing next to a power plant. Really, I don't really.
Do you believe the police when they investigate themselves and they say they didn't do anything wrong?
Yeah, but there's no crimes here. Okay. I put it like this. Yo, if a team like the 49ers, who has historically been known for winning Super Bowls, they're a team built on winning championships. why do you think they would go the cheap man's way out in terms of where they would put their practice facility if the end result meant players that could help them win Super Bowls wouldn't be on the field? I don't really think.
I wouldn't
I
say it's
don't
the
think.
cheap man's route,
I
but
don't think. I don't think they would do that.
what real estate in San Francisco would they have? What other options would they have? San Francisco ain't got a lot of room.
Brother, we're talking about the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
We're talking about the NFL. I like to say, if this was the case, the 49ers, it wouldn't take them long to sell that facility to somebody who would want it. Pack up and move.
Easier said than done. Levi Stadium was just built in the practice facility right beside Levi Stadium.
They would figure something out.
They tell the electric company to move.
They would figure something out.
Yeah, Levi Stadium is barely 10 years old. It's 12 years old.
I know. Speaking of the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl wasn't San Francisco this year. The two members of the Super Bowl last year are now the next two teams to be on Hard Knocks. So the Seahawks are going to be featured this summer. Next summer, we'll have the Patriots. This is unusual, yes, for Hard Knocks to basically announce a year before. Did you happen to hear Adam Schefter talk about how this came about?
No, I did not. I just saw the report. I didn't read how we got to this conclusion.
So, obviously HBO, they were asking teams, like, would you want to do it and whatnot? And I think they had maybe asked, basically when the Seahawks wanted to confirm that they would do Hard Knocks, HBO kind of the Patriots kind of basically told HBO like, damn, we'll do it next time. You know what I mean? Like we'll do it next time. And HBO was like, bet, okay, next year y'all got it. So that's
hilarious. Not a throwaway. Oh yeah, my bad, homie. We got you next time.
Mm-hmm. Well, but my thought is, what would your thoughts be if this became a tradition for winning the Super Bowl?
That you be on Hard Knocks. That's cool because it used to be if you
the worst
teams. Yeah, like the worst teams would be on Hard Knocks. I kind of like that. Like, what is it like to defend a Super Bowl? Then you get some sort of consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does each team enter the season defending their title and seeing the different approach that other teams have, or different philosophies from different organizations?
How do they go about teams now? I'm curious.
So now it's like a list of criteria. If you made the if you made the playoffs, you aren't eligible. If you have a new coach, you aren't eligible. Or either like if you've made the playoffs in the last 2 or 3 years. That's what it used to be. I don't know what it is now. But anyway, especially like once you win the Super Bowl, your roster usually gets ran through by other teams, right? So seeing how a team rebuilds and defends their title after losing a lot of key free agents. Like the Seahawks is going to be, well, what's Zach Charbonnet look like? How does JSN respond to being the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL? I think that's a great, how does Sam Darnold,
Okay. I'm so mad they don't do the offseason Hard Knocks anymore. They should definitely do that again.
After the Giants, never again.
So, selection criteria process. Again, so mind you, this is funny. So they take volunteers first. So goes back to what I just said. So I feels like at the Super Bowl, they probably met with both these teams and we're probably like, we'd be interested in whichever one of you guys win. We'd love to like feature you on Hard Knocks. And I feel like both teams were like, yeah, if we win, you know what I'm saying? Like in that type of, yeah, of course we'll do it. If we won the Super Bowl, have to go. And so the Seahawks this year were like, yeah, fuck yeah. And they were like, sorry, Patriots. Like, haha, yeah, no, we'll do it next year. Oh, you will? Volunteer. You got it.
You got it. Don't even worry about it.
You got it. Don't even worry. For those who don't know, if no team volunteers, which I feel like happens often, they have the force rule, which means the NFL can force a team if they do not meet any of these exemption criteria. 1, they have a new head coach hired within the last year. So if you have a new head coach, you can't be on. if you have appeared on Hard Knocks in the previous 8 years. So let's look at previous Hard Knocks teams on HBO. And I think
I think the Cowboys.
it has to be like the summer one, right? Like if you did,
Yeah.
like if you did,
several one.
yeah, like if you did the in season one, that doesn't count towards the summer.
Yeah, because then the Cowboys recently do it within the last 8 years, and then last year they were on the NFC East one, the in season.
So the Cowboys hold the record for most appearances with 3: 02, 08, 21.
Okay.
Bengals, Rams, Jets have appeared twice. Let's see. What are teams that have never done?
Let's get a goddamn snack. Favorite Hard Knocks moment.
Hold on, let's see. Teams that have never been on Hard Knocks. Okay. So as of March 2026, this is hilarious. As of March 2026, several NFL teams have never appeared on a preseason edition of Hard Knocks. Because remember, preseason the summer, end season is what they have the division for. So the teams that have never appeared. Even more, also reading this list, as I read this list, I also see why they chose these next 2 teams. Teams that have never appeared on Hard Knocks: the Seattle Seahawks, the New England Patriots, Denver Broncos, Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans, San Francisco 49ers, Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints. Note, some of these teams have participated in the in-season version.
Wow, I didn't realize so many teams hadn't been on Hard Knocks, but who the fuck care about the Panthers?
Patriots, known for keeping team operations private, they've managed to avoid this show for 25 years, but are frequently listed as potential candidates. Seahawks avoided the show due to previous playoff appearances before the rules changed. That's hilarious. And then the list of never appeared teams consists of franchises that have generally avoided the selection criteria, which include not having a first-year head coach and not having made the playoffs in the last 2 seasons. Maybe that's why the Packers usually, because they're always in the.
That would be my guess.
So let's talk about previous teams that have it. So obviously next year, we know the next 2 years. Last year we had the Bills, Bears. Before that, was that the Caleb Williams? That was Caleb Williams' first year.
Yeah, that was his rookie year.
Yeah, I definitely did not watch any of that because fuck the Bears. 23 was the Jets. 22 was the Lions. I remember that. Cowboys was 21. 20 was both the Rams and Chargers. 19 was the Raiders. 18 was the Browns. 17 was the Bucks. 16 was the Rams. Curious how they got them to do 2 in 4 years. 15 was the Texans. 14 was the Falcons. 13 was the Bengals. 12 was the Dolphins. 10 was the Jets. 9 was the Bengals. So they got the Bengals 9 and 13. Cowboys 08, 07 Chiefs, 02 Cowboys, 01 Ravens. So there was a 5-year period where there was no Hard Knocks.
So when were the Eagles on there? The Eagles done the in season, but I don't think the Eagles have done the summer Hard Knocks.
Eagles Hard Knocks. Yeah, they have only been in the season one.
Yeah, they've only done the in season one.
Packers are never done one. So yeah. So Kyle says some of these teams are too good that they always make the playoffs. Others are so bad that they are always firing coaches. So now you see why certain teams.
Yeah, certain teams haven't touched it. That's crazy.
I don't know if I'd want. Would you want to see your team on there? I would.
Depends. I would have liked to see them last summer. Would I like to see it this summer? Probably not. And if your team wins the Super Bowl, you're probably more likely to watch that summer than if they had not made the Super Bowl.
True. I think it would be a good play to do it. Thinking of plays. I mean, speaking of plays, somebody out here was running a serious play, pretending to be Xavier McKinney, taking out an $8 million loan. Now, I'm here for the jokes. Danny, if you found out from the FBI somebody out here was pretending to be you and was taking millions out in loans, What do you think your response would be to the FBI when they come investigate you?
How did this happen? How did they get anything that IDs me as them? How did they get a driver's license, a social security card, a passport, some legal document that's needed to get a loan?
Here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts. I just played it out in my head. Yeah, Mr. Mix, Mr. B Mix, we need you to come here, sir. We got some questions. It says here we got reports of you taking out an extensive amount of loans, including up to $8 million. Now, this could be fraudulent, but we have to at least investigate you just to see. You finished, officer? This is easy. Officer, if I had $8 million and was frauding people, do you think I'd be in this country? Matter of fact, officer, I actually a better one. Do you think if I had $8 million, I'd be living where I'd live now? Why would I be living in a condo by myself? I'd get me a house. Mr. Officer, if I had $8 million, why wouldn't I be in Colombia with $2 million of that, living like a king, paying for something? And I ain't talking about food, at least not the edible kind, Mr. Officer. Mr. Officer, come on now. If I had $8 million, I promise you, the last thing I'd be doing is going to fucking work every day, living life like an honest American. I would be a grease. I'd be a complete greaseball, living my life in Vegas, probably at that blackjack table, seeing how close I can get to 21. Come on, man, let me go. It's like let me go, officer. And listen, I'm a charitable donation. I'm a charitable organization. You heard of the NCAA? I'm the NCAA. I need donations. What are we talking about, man?
Such a wild story. How easy how it seems to be.
David McKinney, hold your head up, brother. Hold your head up. I bet you this feels like an ex-girlfriend or ex-lover and her man getting him back. And I can tell you, if it was me, I'll say this. Listen, I don't believe in violence and I don't believe in committing crimes. But I can tell you, there are certain crimes out here. Now, there are certain things that are done that if I was that person to which it was done to, I would tell the person. No, I wouldn't tell the person. I would be at my house hoping God finds you before I do.
No, not Rick Ross. God forgive, D Mix don't.
No, it's not even forgiveness is out the question. You better hope God finds you before I do. Like God better take your life before I find you. Because if I find you, you can pray to Buddha, Jehovah, God, Jesus, Christian Cage, Christian who beat Jeff Hardy. It don't matter. You gonna need them. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, think before you play with somebody. Think before you play with somebody. In this political and financial crisis time, y'all should think before y'all play with somebody. Speaking of playing, fantasy football. Any trades you've been thinking? Any moves you've been making?
Nah, I'm chilling right now. I really, I've been looking for. I talked to a Rojo. I'm surprised he's not here.
All right, I'm glad you brought that name up. I was looking the other day at Rojo's roster, and I said to myself, we should all make like a handshake agreement, the 9 of us, to not trade with this guy.
Rojo?
Yeah, like we should have like a collective league handshake agreement. Do not trade with this guy. It's gonna be like the refs union. Speaking of, before we get there, by the way, NFL, because I just saw this highlight the other day. Y'all smart for having that last rule change in these upcoming rule changes. The last rule that basically said, in the event that we got to get some replacement refs, we hold the right to fix bad calls.
Yes.
Do you see the right? Have you been hearing from through the grapevines on that thing right there?
Yes. This is
Like,
getting ugly.
it is. I pray we don't get back to replacement refs because, brother, you're costing people millions of dollars. I saw the replay because I forgot about it. I got the replay the other day of the fail
The
Mary,
touchception? The
the the the,
touchception?
the fail Mary.
Yes. Nah. We don't need
That was
that.
embarrassing, bro. Like
Speak to the
it brought me back to that because I'm not. I brought me back to watching that
because that was
game.
the Packers. That was Packers Seahawks
Packers
Monday night,
Seahawks
right?
in Packers Seahawks in Seattle. We have the game won. It's like 7-12. We have the game fucking won. That was embarrassing. It's embarrassing. NFL, don't do that again. Don't do that again. That's how the refs got. That's how the refs got all that leverage last time.
Yep.
But what Rod is saying is, oh, y'all trying to play hardball with us? Cool. We'll go out. We'll get some reps, and we'll have our league officials that work for us. Anytime they get a call wrong, go fix it.
We'll fix it. And Kyle's right. Just hire him full time.
Here's the thing, and that got to come with benefits and stuff like that. It might get expensive.
Retirement, pensions,
it's all that.
Yeah.
Here's my thing, though. The refs have a union.
Yep.
Right? Yep. That was a question, not a statement. I mean, that was a statement, not a question. The refs have a union, which means that as some of these NFL officials retire, new refs have to come in.
Yep.
Which means that you're likely taking where do you think the NFL refs union goes to pull refs?
I guess would be college.
Division I.
Yeah.
So if you're the NFL and you're talking about these replacement refs, you're probably going to start where? College, then go to high school. But what happens? You go to, let's just say, the top 40 or 50 Division I football officials, and maybe over half of them, or let's just say 90% of them, tell you no because they want to be an NFL ref in their future. And if they come work with you, what happens when a union and a corporation are beefing? What do they call the people who say, I got to go back to work?
Scabs.
So what do you think? How do you think a ref union would look at any potential high school or college ref that goes and refs some potential NFL games in a time where the refs union is fighting for what they feel they deserve?
It'd be very hard to get a job as a ref once this conflict is over.
And this is where I think, so the refs are probably saying, whoa, nobody worked. We were here 14 years ago. We were here 14 years ago. Trust the process.
Oh yeah, the refs are going to win. The refs are going to win.
I don't know, man. You've been keeping up with baseball?
No.
Okay. Relevant. So this year, baseball tipped off last week. One of the big talking points this year in baseball is a new ABS system, which essentially is like, all right. So in baseball you have the strike zone, right?
Right.
Strike zone, different for each player, right? It's like right here to like right here, strike zone. Yeah. So what ABS allows basically is catchers, pitchers, and maybe the batter. I know catchers and hitters and somebody else, they can tap their head and they can have basically strikes. They can have these calls reviewed. So you're
yeah. Heard of this.
So let's just say imagine this is a strike zone, right? This is right here. Let's just say it's it's a full count. Ball lands right here in the zone. You go, strike. You're out of here, right?
Right.
Tap your head. They basically, like in basketball, they go to the monitor and they review it. Basically, with all the cameras and technology they have, because they've been working on this for a long time. With all the camera angles and stuff like that, they basically make like an AR version of the bat because, and they had to measure each player too, because as you can imagine, Jose Altuve has a different strike zone than Aaron Judge.
Right.
Okay. So they have to measure. They need the measurements of every hitter in the league, and then they have like at each arena they have like these shit ton of like super high speed cameras. So when you tap your head and you challenge them, they go back and review the pitch with the strike zone for the player, and they can basically go back and say, "Ump got it wrong." Ump got it wrong.
So like tennis, where tennis the line you can see where the ball hits if it's inbound or out of bounds.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. So it's been a big topic over the last week because, boy, imagine one of your biggest leagues. You can openly because remember in baseball it has always been the ump's eye.
Yeah.
So imagine now, and like an ump can just throw you out.
Yeah, there's no grandstanding.
Like, out of here. So now you can challenge some shit, say that it's wrong, and now you can kind of look at the ref like the ump, like, fuck yeah, I was right. And by the way, they've been pretty successful, these challenges. Duh. So like if they would have had it in that World Baseball Classic game, USA versus Venezuela, that's not a strike. Not Venezuela. Colombia. That's not a strike that we won off of. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, getting the numbers right now. I'm trying to see overall.
And Cal's right. Pay the refs in the NFL.
You should pay the refs. In spring training, during spring training, 1,844 challenges were successful. This spring training, 1,844 challenges were successful. That's around 53%.
That's crazy.
Were successful. So 53. Okay, I said that wrong. During the 2026 spring training, 53% of 1,844 challenges were successful. Crazy. So, yeah. So overall in the season, there have been 227 challenges. There have been, yeah, it's only been a week old. So I mean, because you gotta think about it. 3 pitches per person, at minimum 3 pitches. Like if it's 1, 2, 3, strike, that's 3 pitches a person. So average it out, adds up. So there have been 227 challenges in MLB. 55% of them have been overturned.
That's crazy.
And
that's crazy. So now you're getting closer to having just robots back there.
No, because you're always going to need an ump. Batters are at 50%. Fielders, which I believe are catchers, 58%. 58%. AKA, so now it's basically making you so my thing is, if you're the NFL's refs union, if this turns out to be successful in the MLB, and the NFL can turn around and maybe find a way to do an NFL equivalent, if you're the NFL refs, you quickly lost a lot of leverage fast.
Yeah, but you still got to implement it. Like, you still got to create it. You still got to implement it. You still got to test it. Like, I feel like you're a long way off.
Yeah.
For the NFL, especially if they haven't even started on that.
I just think the NFL and the refs union, y'all just need to meet in the middle. Make sure everyone's unhappy and just meet in the middle.
And just meet in the middle.
Meet in the middle. Speaking of meeting in the middle, we are right there. The final four, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Right there in the middle of your brackets, you have the final four. And on the men's side, come on now, half of the number one seeds are gone. You got Arizona and Michigan left. And guess what? Only one of them are going to remain because they play each other. So only one seed is making it to the final. And on the other side, you got two very interesting teams. You got Illinois, who's basically a factory for Eastern European basketball players. It's the U.S. version of a factory of Eastern European basketball players.
I mean, you got Lyot. It's just funny.
And then you have UConn, who's coached by probably the most passionate men's basketball coach in America, which, let me tell you something. You look on the women's side, which is hilarious. If you're a betting man on the women's side, there's no way you could have lost money by now. No. Because what do we tell you? On the women's side, bet on all the one seeds because it gets ugly fast.
One seeds. It's going to get interesting to get there, but the one seed is usually going to win.
Yeah, you took over the lead from me too. My bracket finally started shitting the bed. I'll tell you what. I thought last week the buzzer beater we'd be coming here talking about is Duke beating LSU on the women's side. Because boy, you want to talk about having some balls or women equivalent? That was a ballsy shot. Pump fake, take it back, money. I knew it was a crazy shot because was it Flage? She just sitting there like,
yeah, Flage, bless her heart. She was like, not like this. She was like, my college career came like this.
Can you believe? That's why you gotta listen. That's why when that national championship when she did, gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
Let me ask you something. Gino has been at UConn for 25 years, maybe longer.
Forever.
So he's seen a lot of men's basketball coaches come and go. He's always been there. How do you think Gino has ran some men's basketball coaches, like some UConn men's basketball coaches out of there?
Well, for the longest time, it was him and was it Calhoun? Who coached that Kimba team? I'm pretty sure it's Jim Calhoun, because Jim Calhoun was the coach for a long time. And then Calhoun, I don't know if he retired, if he got caught up in a scandal. And then Calhoun left. Because there haven't been many coaches after him.
Damn. Well, so he was the coach 86 to 2012. Kimba was 14.
Yeah. Then it was Ali, now Dan Hurley. So are you trying to say, do you think he ran Kevin Ali out the paint? Gino? I don't know. Kevin was there for 6 years. I think Gino would like to run my man out right now, Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley is wild. Did you hear what he said to the ref?
The one that he headbutted? We're gonna get there when we get to that game. I'm gonna get back to Kevin Ali. Why did he? Do you think
Kevin Ali went to the NBA, right? He went to go be like an assistant NBA coach, if I'm not mistaken.
I ain't crazy. Look at this. I got something. Look at this right here. I ain't tripping.
Hold on, let me have the chat. So
settled for $3.9 million. So they said UConn and former men's basketball, and this happened about 4 years ago, by the way. UConn and former men's basketball coach Kevin Ali have reached a settlement of $3.9 million for claimed reputational damages and attorney fees to conclude the lengthy legal battle that has ensued them since his firing for allegedly violating NCAA rules in 2018. Settlement effectively ends a potential federal racist discrimination suit Ali had considered against the university. So he was 127 and 79. He won national. I remember this. This was my senior year of high school, and I remember watching this national championship at my boy's house because that was the year UConn's men's and women won the same year. and he was let go after 2 losing seasons. And after he was fired, he sued the school after they refused to pay him money remaining on his contract. And the school cited violations for his decision to fire him. Oh, basically they fired him. Here's what it sounds like: they fired him because they was losing, and they basically tried to blame it on him violating some rules, and he never violated no rules. He just wasn't winning, which is basically unlawful. That's unlawful firing. You can't fire someone for just losing. I mean, you can, but you got to pay him. You can, but you have to pay him. And if you don't pay him, they can hit you with a little racial discrimination.
Racial discrimination.
You don't think Gino had anything to do with that?
I don't know. Look, I wouldn't be shocked either way. Let's put it like that. Like if we found out that Gino ran him out, I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Yeah. Hey, but sometimes it's better to. Sometimes you might prefer the devil you know versus the one you don't, because now you got Dan Hurley there, and I'll tell you what though. I feel like Dan Hurley's I don't feel like Dan Hurley's a really good coach. Really good coach. He's just crazy.
You have to be a good coach to do shit like the shit he be doing.
But like, would you really want to play for someone who wasn't a little? I mean, his players be wanting to run through a wall for him.
Yep.
I think there's a reason why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he's a great coach. Like, I think he's a great motivator. Would they be like leader of men, all that shit? I think he's a great coach. He's just funny. Like when we'll talk about when we get to the game. Like he's just a funny.
Are we here? We have the game now. We can talk about the game.
Okay. Like when he asked the ref, he was like, "Have you got LASIK, the laser surgery for your eyes?" Like that's crazy.
Wait, that's what he said that?
Yeah, when he took his glasses off, he was like, "Have you gotten LASIK?" Well, he says laser, and then he was like, "No, I mean LASIK."
Wait. When did he do this?
Good. Google Dan Hurley LASIK, and you'll see it. He looks at the ref. Dan Hurley takes his glasses off and says, "Have you gotten laser?" and then corrects himself and says LASIK.
We got something. Hold on. Hold on. Let me share my screen. All right. Let's see it, Dan Hurley.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Shot clock. They will not be charged a 30-second timeout, and they will have one challenge remaining.
LASIK.
The ball with 25 seconds on the shot clock. They will not be charged a 30-second timeout, and they will have one challenge remaining.
This guy is crazy.
And apparently I read that ref will not be at the Final Four.
All right. The ref from Sunday?
The ref from who he asked that question to will not be at the Final Four.
Okay. What did you think of the little headbutt situation?
Good to be white.
I got to know the context behind that, because you're not just – listen, both Dan Hurley and that ref are basically acting like they don't know what happened, which lets me know –
it was personal.
Here's what I think happened. Before that shot went up, brother. All right, let's talk about let's paint the context. So if y'all didn't know, Sunday in the Elite Eight, Duke, #1 overall seed in the tournament, maybe one of the best teams in the nation. They're up 15 or 19 points. This game was over. Matter of fact, this game was so over, I was just sitting there. It got to a point where I was listening to the game in the background a little bit while eating my Five Guy burger and just kind of working through some stuff.
I turned it off.
And I'm just hearing, oh, big shot by UConn. UConn picking up the shoot. XYZ, XYZ. So then they cut it down to like 5 or 6. So then I was like, all right, let me kind of tune in a little bit more, see what's going on here. So then 10 seconds left. Duke is up one and getting ready to inbound the ball, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna do the foul game, and dude's gonna get out of here. And then I'm just sitting there and I'm watching, and I was like, man, the only way they could lose is if, and that's when the inbound pass went in. As the inbound pass went in, turnover. That was literally going to be my next sentence. As long as they're going to turn the ball over, they're going to win. They get the steal. Dude who steals it makes a pass, passes in front. Now he's the trailer, the dude who passes it. The guy who has the ball, he passes it back to the trailer who just passed it to him. 3-4 seconds left. He puts up a Steph Curry from the low. Steph Curry against the. He puts up a Steph Curry versus the Thunder in 2016 type of three. Bang,
Bang.
good. Listen, that it's not every day. Listen, in basketball, seeing a buzzer beater in basketball, you know it's a good buzzer beater in basketball, like because they'll like take your breath away. Pause. Like you'll see and go like, oh my god, like what? No fucking way. Like no way that went in. That was one of them. That was one of them. That was like, no way. It went in.
No way.
And then it brought me back to shots that one game that gave me a similar feeling. I'm gonna name a few. You feel free to jump in. 2020, Kawhi shot over the Sixers.
Yep.
I still cannot believe that BS went in. Me and Joel Embiid. Like, are you kidding? Yo, fadeaway three, falling out of bounds, hits every part of that rim, drops in. Game over. Series over. Nasty. Believe it was 2016, 2017. Villanova, UNC.
Yep.
Still can't believe that. You kidding
Charles
me?
Barkley still can't believe that.
Mio, yeah, I'm with him. Like what?
Kemba Walker in the Big East tournament against Pitt.
Yep, that was a really good one. That was 2013, 2014.
2012, I want to say. I think I was still in college or just out, so 2010 to 2012, somewhere in there.
Yep. Obviously, Steph Curry 2016 Saturday night versus the Thunder. Still can't believe that.
Mark Breen still yelling bang.
Bang! Bang! Oh my goodness, what a shot from he couldn't believe it. That's when Mike Breen was like, nah, y'all, this brother, Dame Lillard shot versus the Thunder in that series. Another one. You know, the NBA game winners, them's the one is like
the Dame shot against Houston to send the Rockets home when he waved goodbye to them.
It's another one. Yeah, Dame got a few of them.
Dame
and by the way, all the Dame's game winners never are good shots. These are only this guy in the world's taking this shot.
Only him. Maybe Steph. That's it. I had one more. I'll give blocked by James. It's not a shot, but I'd still give it the same.
Maybe a couple plays later, with the very next play, Kyrie.
Yeah.
Like, oh. Nice. Here's the thing, though. It's fun in basketball to see. You take that to football, TVs are getting broken. TVs getting broken. Because you can, off rip, you can start thinking of some shit like that happening in football, and you can, one, think back to when it happened to your team.
Yep.
And then the second thing you can think about is when it happened to a team that was not yours, and in a game your team either could have been playing in or should have been playing in, and you was like, all right, this fucking team's a team of destiny. Like they're winning games like this. Yeah, we weren't going to beat these guys. Like they're just. I think about the not called PI NFC Championship game, Rams and Saints. Like my dog.
Oh
like,
yeah.
You have to call that. Like
you have to. 100 times.
You have to. For me, I think about the 2014 NFC Championship game. Like You gotta be fucking serious. You can't be fucking serious. I was thinking back to the 2015, I believe it was divisional round. Yeah, divisional round. Packers versus Cardinals. Still confused about that one. Aaron Rodgers throws a Hail Mary to send us to overtime. First play of overtime, the Cardinals throw a 99-yard pass to Larry Fitzgerald, and they score a touchdown on the very next play. Aaron Rodgers never touches the ball. The Packers lose that game because it's before they had it was before the Josh Allen rule.
Before they didn't change the rule for Aaron Rodgers.
And speaking of the Josh Allen rule, that game is another one that I was like, nah, if this would happen to my team, someone has to die.
Yeah. I think of the Super Bowl, James Bradbury, the tug on the jersey. That put the Chiefs in field goal range to win the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the next time y'all played them, and y'all gave up the touchdown in overtime. Or no, that was Niners. That was Niners. Niners went to overtime.
Because they know the overtime rules.
Yeah, Niners went to overtime with them, and then yikes. Well, I tell you. Yep, Kyle, that was definitely Swiss cheese even. Yo, and don't get me started on the 2011 Packers or the 2012 Packers. Whatever the 15-1 Packers were, they had 32nd ranked defense in the league. Like, you fucking kidding me? But if you look into that offense was so good, it made the defense bad. Bro, we were like, we were putting 42 up on teams at halftime, and then we'd send our defense out there to like try to stop people. It's like, no, they're still trying to score, but it's 42-17 at half. They'd fucking luck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's tough out here. On the women's side, though, 1C's just dominated. I mean, listen, it's unfair that UConn and South Carolina got to play because that's kind of the national championship game, if you ask me. But I don't know because UCLA and Texas, they're really good teams too. And I believe Texas beat South Carolina this year.
Yeah, Texas beat South Carolina. And I
did
think
UConn play any of the other three teams?
No, I don't think UConn played any of those teams.
All right.
Did UConn? No, UConn might have played UCLA. Let me see. Did they play? Yeah, they played. No, that was last year. Yeah, they won by 30 last year. But yeah, UConn played UCLA last year and they beat them by 30. But yeah, dog.
Why you think? Let me ask you. Do you think Don and Gino like each other? Like, why you don't think they don't schedule?
No, they're rivals.
Yep. I mean, you can respect another coach that,
But Gino really don't get along with anyone. He didn't get along with Pat Summitt. They had beef.
Why do you think that is?
Because Gino's an asshole. He has to live in Connecticut.
He's close enough to New York City. I don't think he stays in Connecticut for real.
That's true. But yeah, I don't think Gino's just I don't think he's the camaraderie, good luck to you. I think he wants to beat the shit out of you. He don't like you.
I feel like in them practices, he'd be like, we go dog walk these men.
Let me tell you something, dog. I bet you, like when Paige went from a UConn practice to a Dallas Wings practice, she was like, this it?
Yeah.
Back at UConn, we used to practice. I don't know what this is here in Dallas.
I always think about like male basketball coaches who coach women's basketball. It's like, obviously your basketball, I mean, it's not like it's a different sport. A lot of fundamentals in basketball that both men and women obviously take to their game. But obviously I think men just have a little more athleticism to their game. So the women might have to rely a little bit more on their like true fundamentals. Men can rely a little more on the athleticism. So I feel like, if you're like a male basketball coach, like how do you relate to the women? It's got to be like through the fundamentals and playing as a team and stuff like that. I just feel like you can't be a male basketball like if you're a male basketball coach on a women's basketball team, all your assistants have to be women. They like all have to be women.
Because you can't be hands-on in like drills and demonstrations. I feel like that would be weird.
I wouldn't even. Here's the thing. I wouldn't want to be.
That too.
Like I wouldn't want to be. You gotta.
But Gino's top assistant, I think all his assistants are women for the most part.
They have to be. Now, on Kim's squad, like if Kim's the head coach, I wouldn't mind being an assistant coach on that.
Like Kim Mulkey?
Yeah. Or Don, whatever. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Let's get this coaching staff. Yeah, I think they're all with me.
And I'm shocked you downplayed Kim. I'd knock it out the park.
I got nothing for that.
Is she?
She'd call you the N-word. No, remember when Brittany Griner was...
She's an old Southern woman from Louisiana. She definitely got a husband. And she go to church on Sundays.
Yes, and Bible study.
Last thing on Duke before we get out of here and get into NBA really quickly. With Duke's loss, it's officially been a full decade since they last won a national championship. I didn't believe it until I went back and researched champions since they last. So they last won when I was a freshman in college.
What team was that? Was that Tatum's team?
I think that was Quinn Cook.
Damn. That's right. Tatum never won. Tatum never won a championship at Duke. You're right.
They beat Wisconsin 68-61. That they beat the Frank Kaminsky. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I was right. It was Quinn Cook. That was Justice Winslow. I think that was.
Oh my God.
Tyus Jones.
Yeah, I remember that Duke team. You're right. Wow.
Yeah, here are the starters. 2015, it was number 1 seed Wisconsin versus number 1 seed Duke. The starters for Duke were, wow. Yo, listen to these names. Justice Winslow, Jahlil Okafor, Tyus Jones, Matt Jones, Quinn Cook, Emil Jefferson, Marshall Plumlee, and number 3. Guess who this one was? Come on, brother. He, honestly, still the only active NBA player, I think, out of everyone on this roster.
Ooh. No, Tyus Jones is still in the league.
Tyus Jones in the league? Okay. The only other. So one of 2 NBA players still on the on
Shit,
roster.
who is it? Who's on the
Racing out. You playing? Grayson Allen was on this team in scoring. He was 16 points. He went 4-11 from 3, 5 of 8 from the field. Tyus Jones had 23. He was 7-13 and 2 from the field.
Duke cannot not win a national championship without a known white boy. I'm sorry. Those are the rules.
Yeah.
Who's
Then if you
known
think
white
about
boy
the players that have played since then at Duke that have not won a national championship, my brother, it gets great.
Yeah.
Tatum, Paolo, Zion, the Boozers,
Yep.
Cooper Flag. I mean, it's
crazy Coop didn't win a national championship.
And I feel bad for John Schneider, right? Because I thought John Schneider was in like his 2nd or 3rd year. Dude's been coaching at Duke for like 4 or 5.
Yeah, it's been Coach K's been gone for a while now.
So first couple years, okay, he was kind of learning it. These last 2 years, this dude has had some like
Heartbreakers.
Like the last 2 ones, like those are like those are losses that you got to go back to your team. Like I know he was in the locker room crying with his team. Are you kidding me?
Because it's not like you lost because they were better than you.
You didn't. Matter of fact, you had this game won the entire game. They just until you didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm the Boozer Twins, then I have money coming in that Duke got. We running this back.
And they look like they enjoy winter.
On to the NBA, man. On to the NBA. Luka. So last week we came in here and we bigged up Luka for getting his 16th technical foul rescinded. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to let you know that last Friday, Luka played the Nets at home, and of course he picked up the 16th technical foul. And it just so happened to be right before he played the Washington Wizards. So, in my eyes, that tells me that Adam Silver knew the war atrocities that Luka was about to commit against the Washington Wizards and said, nah, not against DC.
That's the Luka Doncic experience. He gonna get suspended on technicals every year this spring. You can put money on that.
Luka, listen, what we gotta do is we gotta from October to maybe January, we gotta stretch those texts out just a smidge more. Because what I think happens, like the first month or 2, dude has to pick up like 10.
Yes.
Then he picks up the rest just throughout the season. But he has to pick them up earlier in the season.
It doesn't matter. He always going to get suspended in the spring for tax. You can bank that.
All right. Kyle just brought up the next good point. Jaden Ivey. So one day I get on Instagram and I just see Jaden Ivey on there talking about God and religion and coming home and this, that, and the third. And my first thought was, my brother, don't the Bulls or somebody got a game soon? Like, shouldn't you be reading the game plan? And I later found out he's been waived. What the hell happened that got him on this Jesus piece?
I don't know, man. Not just the Jesus piece, but hateful Jesus piece, right? Like the old gay people are terrible Jesus piece, because that's what it was. He's anti-LGBTQ comments, which is all right, man. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequence. I don't know how many times we have to have this discussion.
And why do y'all care so much about who fucking who?
Why do you care? All I need to worry about is where my dick at. That's it. I don't care where nobody else dick at. I just know where mine at.
Like,
I'm just responsible for mine.
Like, if that girl want to strap something down and bust something down, let her. If he want to walk around in a tight ass sparkly pink dress and suck some let him do that.
It's his business. It ain't got nothing to do with
It's
me.
business, man. Don't bring God into this, because this is where y'all confuse me. So God told you to speak up about the gays and what they going through, but God didn't tell you to speak up about black people getting killed by the police or the bombing of innocents in Middle Eastern countries.
Or your teammates beating up women.
Or your own damn teammates beating up women. Like, yo, listen, just because you got a problem with gay people, don't mean you got to vocalize it. And you got to take that hate out your heart, because some of y'all, I'm not gay, by the way, I'm fully straight male. Some of y'all are scared or worried about people who wouldn't look your way if you played for their team.
Hello.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all are straight and pull nothing but mid and ugly. There are gay people out here who was pulling some fine shit. They don't want you.
They don't want you.
Leave them alone.
Thank you, Kyle.
They're
Every
great
human
people.
deserves respect.
Thank you, Kyle.
Every
Like,
human
they're
deserves respect.
There are a lot of great gay people out here, and a lot of them just want to love who they want to be loved without anyone bothering them. Honestly, I don't really care enough. Like, I'm not. Like, I'm not. Like, I don't know. That's not homophobic, right? Like, I just don't care. Like, I don't care. Whoever you sleep with, not going to affect me, because, baby, when I wake up in the morning, I piss greatness, and I look good, and I smell good. My skin, I'm a pull something. I think a lot of y'all's beef with that community comes with, like, jealousy.
Oh, dead ass.
It's just weird, man.
Also, did you know that Jaden Ivey's mother is the head coach for the women's Notre Dame team? I learned that this weekend. The head coach of Notre Dame women's basketball is Jaden Ivey's mother.
Rochelle Ivey.
Yeah, I learned that this weekend.
Neil Ivey.
That's his mom. I mean, she coached at Notre Dame.
Yo, it took the words.
She coached at Notre Dame.
Coach at Notre Dame, which means
Notre Dame's a Catholic school. I mean, it leans heavily into Catholicism. So you believe that theory, but you don't believe the San Francisco 49er theory. All right, man.
Who, me?
Yeah, you, not me. I can believe both theories.
I don't believe the San Francisco 49ers. This kind of, it's taking me back to, if it could be BYU, it could be Notre Dame, these religious forward schools. Now that I know that your mom coaches there, here's my thinking there. You could go coach basketball at a college school, not religious forward, and because religion is not at the forefront of your school, you just probably wouldn't even care to put some of those views out because your focus is only going to be the sport in which you coach, right?
Correct.
But when you go to these schools that are religiously forward,
Liberty.
because they put religion in their identity of the school, it makes you, especially if you're one of these people, if you're a Bible thumper or whatever thumper you are, then yeah, you're going to maybe lean with that. It may be all I'm trying to say is how long has Neil Ivey been a head coach at Notre Dame? And before
Oh,
that,
she's
he's
been there for
probably,
a long time.
which means Jaden Ivey has probably been raised in a lot of religion in his life. Which means if I was a betting man, Jaden's views did probably came from Neil, and I bet you Neil is somewhere just she don't disagree with what he's saying, but I'm pretty sure she probably told him tread lightly, boy.
No, I take that back. She got to Notre Dame at 2020, but I believe she played at Notre Dame. She did. Yeah, she played at Notre Dame.
Hey, Jaden Ivey, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just take your Bible with you next time on your next shift at McDonald's. You'll need it, brother. Mark Cuban said he regretted who he sold the Mavs to. Danny, I added this to the docket just because I don't have any thoughts. I just wanted to let you know Mark Cuban regrets selling the Mavs. And that is probably his 15th or 20th different way of saying, God, I wish I had Luka Doncic on my team.
I don't know how else he could say it. I don't. When you put the team for sale, I feel like one of the questions you ask a potential buyer is, what are your thoughts on Luka Doncic? Tell me what you know about basketball. Now, he sold the Mavericks because he didn't want to get into all this luxury tax and paying all this money. So I get why he sold it.
But I think he's trying. It wouldn't surprise me if he's trying to buy him back.
Yeah, he got the money to buy it back. He ain't got his pockets ain't that deep. He'll need a couple. He needs some help if he wanted to buy the Mavericks back if they were for sale.
He's Mark. Mark, listen. I think if Mark wanted to, he could go back in there with enough money to become majority owner again.
He better start raising money now because the Dumonts, they make their monies in casinos.
Hey, that's why. Listen, that's why the Genie Bus, like that's why I'm glad Genie Bus sold who she sold to, because. All right. Connecticut Sun moving to Houston. Got any thoughts on the expansion draft that's coming up this week? Portland, I believe Portland has the first pick before Toronto.
Yeah, so it was a coin toss. Toronto won the coin toss. They took the higher draft pick in the college draft. So I believe Toronto will be drafting 6, which means that Portland gets the first pick in the expansion draft. So Toronto would have the 6th pick in the college draft, the traditional draft. Toronto will have the 7th pick in the traditional draft. And then beside that is the expansion draft. Each team gets to lock 5 players or protect 5 players. Everyone else becomes draft eligible. And then each team can pick one unrestricted free agent and get their exclusive rights. So you're going to hear a lot of people thinking about Enrique Gubawale, like being the unrestricted free agent. Like the big ones are like Enrique. Well, half the league are unrestricted free agents. But like you're hearing like Enrique, Marina Mabry, Kyle. I like Toronto's decision for the college draft, like taking the higher pick in the college draft because it's a deep draft. Like you could still get a difference maker at 6 this year. So I would have done the same thing. The expansion draft, I believe, is Friday. Like I said, it's 2 rounds. It's a snake draft, so it's they just bounce back from each other. It's Portland, Toronto, 12 picks, and then another 12 picks for the second round. a team can only have 2 players drafted. So, like if Toronto drafts a player from Vegas and then Portland drafts a player from Vegas, that's it. No one else can draft from Vegas. Or if Toronto drafts 2 players from Vegas, Vegas is off the board. So that's how the expansion drafts work. You can trade players that you draft in the expansion draft. So if Toronto drafts a player from the expansion draft and the other team wants to trade for him, they're allowed to do that. And then the WNBA draft, I believe, is next week. I'm going to say, let's see, when is the 30th. So it's from 7 to 9. But what date is it? April 13th. So in a couple weeks, the expansion draft is this Friday, and then a week after the NCAA.
Final Four is this weekend, right? The championship games are next Monday.
Yeah. Final championship game is next Monday, but that's how the WNBA expansion draft and the WNBA draft is going to work this year.
We'll see. Excited to see what my Portland team is going to do. I think their home opener is on my birthday, so I don't think I'm going to be able to.
You got to go to that. Yeah.
Well, hopefully I'll be that night.
Like I feel like Portland's probably going to pick Marina Mabry. It's the unrestricted free agent thing is very interesting. I'm very interested to see how, because again, half the league are unrestricted free agents, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, expansion teams can offer that unrestricted free agent a supermax salary if they are eligible. So I think the supermax is $1.6 million.
Gotta call that the Asia deal.
Yeah, Asia's going to sign that deal the second she can in Vegas.
We'll talk more about WrestleMania next week. All I'm gonna say is Triple H. He's seeing them ticket sales. He's hey, we gotta start announcing the rest of these matches.
He got to do something.
Yeah.
But the Oba build, I'm interested to see where Seth Rollins and Gunther goes. I don't know how that.
Yeah, you are the only one who was like Gunther.
Yeah, like I was like, man, Gunther needs something to do. Well, fuck it, let him fight Seth. We don't need a story. They're just great wrestlers. I mean, I can't wait to see it, but make it make sense.
Last thing I'm gonna say. Yesterday during that, because you brought it, Oba and Brock. Because of last week, I wanted to know. Would you do it 2 weeks in a row? He did. I'll end you, boy.
No one, and you know what's funny? Someone probably told Brock that, and he was like, "You can't tell me what the fuck I can and cannot say. This is America."
Oh man, something tells me Brock Lesnar might be like a homie behind the scenes, like because sometimes you hear enough about people, it's like the guy probably has to be cool.
You got to be.
You got it.
Until you're not. I feel like Brock cool with you until he not.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for us. Thank you. Danny, let the people know where they can find you, brother.
You can find us at @SpeakOnIt_pod on TikTok, Instagram. We're on X, not as active as we used to be, trying to wean ourselves off X because it's successful.
I ain't been on there, brother, since mid-November. So what is that?
Like I said, I get on our account, the Speak On It account. I haven't been on, I'll get on my personal one to retweet, like when Kyle has stuff that he does. But other than that, I don't get on my personal one anymore.
Kyle, I might message Kyle on like Sleeper or something. Get a link to his draft stuff or some of the going for 2 draft stuff. I like to use some of the going for 2 draft stuff as I'm.
I use a lot of it.
I mean, listen, maybe I do make another Twitter just to get back to the going
that's all I do. Like I retweet going for 2 stuff, and then I use the shared account between us to check on Eagle stuff, and that's about it. And
hello,
my man.
Hello, buddy. People, make sure you follow the boy at LosDMix. That's at LOSDEEMIX. Hendrix does not have any type of social media. Hey, freaky boy. Hey, relax.
My man got his hand on your chest like, yo, we got to go. My man had his hand on your chest like, hey, boo.
Bro, he is a jabber. Like sometimes he'll just come up to me and just shit
like
ain't
that. Just like that. My dog.
But sometimes he be like doing it hard as hell. I'm like, oh, relax. Hard ass pause.
Okay, so Kyle said a tease for anyone who wants more stuff on redraft and dynasty. Cal said that we're talking about rookies on the dynasty six pack from now until the draft. We'll catch you guys next week.
People, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us. For me, Hendrix, Danny, make sure y'all speak on it. Peace.